CaStrO, the Zerg from Peru, and there's MaNa, the Protoss from Poland. Actually, I tried to hotkey the Nexus. Anyway, let's hope that MaNa can win this game. The series has been very good so far, very bloody games. It's the best way to put it, I think. CaStrO is up 2-0. So yeah, that's about enough introduction for this. So MaNa is going for a normal fast expansion, it seems, and CaStrO trying to go for what he went for the last two games, which is the 12 hatchery, but obviously this being a two-player map, MaNa is able to delay the hatchery with his initial probe scout, so CaStrO is forced to place down his pool first. This hatchery wasn't delayed too much though. CaStrO had some really nice micro to cope with this probe, and I actually need to lower the sound quite a bit because it's already pretty late here. It's funny because I started casting this series pretty much as soon as I woke up, and now it's like 1 AM. I took quite some breaks, and the videos themselves took like 3 hours to get recorded, so anyway, this probe is at pretty low HP, but we see that CaStrO isn't committing to killing it. Almost got it right there, but it's still alive because it's Imba regeneration. Okay, and actually CaStrO sent 5 Zerglings here and was almost able to catch MaNa a little bit off guard, but MaNa with some really nice micro blocked it. It was a matter of seconds, and we see that CaStrO isn't too happy about what happened, but he killed the scouting probe. MaNa was probably a little bit distracted with micro and the probes. I gotta say that was very good by him, not letting even one Zergling slip by the defenses. His wall is pretty nice. This second cannon, of course, helps you defend this assimilator, which is often a problem on this map. And he's got a nice little path to walk units from later in the game. Okay, CaStrO is again going for a 4th hatchery before extractor. That seems to be what he likes. As I said previously, it's kinda not very standard nowadays, and he took this expansion with the 4th hatchery. Pretty unusual, but no reason for it to not work, to be honest. Excuse me. MaNa is going for a very fast +1 and stars a Stargate also, so it won't be quite like the build we saw from him the first game. And just as I said that this was pretty nice, it looks like the cannons actually don't defend the forge, but CaStrO didn't notice it immediately, so he wasn't able to take advantage of it. A really funny game where a forge goes down because of not so good cannon placement is Jangbi against Luxury from their NSL finals, game 1 on Neo Harmony. I remember when I watched that live, I was just like, WTF, I didn't even know what to say. Excuse me. Anyway, we see a layer going up for CaStrO, just as he played the last games, he's getting the Hydro Den quite early, and he's gonna go for lurkers immediately, just as before. Okay, MaNa's build seems to be a little bit more standard this game. He got a Corsair, yep, and he's gonna scout everything that CaStrO is doing. Well, to be honest, it might have not been necessary, because I think he had quite enough information from the probe, and against Zerg that's powering so hard, you really need every single second of timing you can get with your initial push. Yep, speed is almost finished, and he's already got +1. So he will most probably go for a push, and there will be a bunch of lurker X by the time he gets there, but no lurkers will be ready, so it will be kinda intense, it seems. Okay, there's speed. He looks to be keen on reinforcing it with more zealots. Okay, the X are about halfway finished. He's using Zerglings, which is pretty much the only thing he can use at the moment, but because of the +1 attack, they're pretty ineffective. Okay, there's the first lurker. He needs to burrow. Oh my god, that was so close. It had one hit on it. If he was able to get this lurker, the game could have been pretty much over. He is still gonna take some pretty heavy harassment. Lost quite a few drones. Excuse me. And not really, and he hasn't really lost any zealots yet. Okay, it looks like CaStrO is being good. Having a lurker here also. Blocking the ramp very nicely. And okay, it looks like MaNa's attack was finally deflected, but he did deal quite some damage. I'd say it was pretty effective. Looks like he didn't opt to expand. Instead, he's getting an Archon, a High Templar, Dragoon range, a Robo, +1 armor, actually. That's not very normal. So he'll probably go for another push in a second. He's moving out a little bit right now, finding 3 stray mutas, which is another weird thing. He'll probably wait for a few dragoons and an observer before he actually attacks. And even though CaStrO lost a few drones from that initial attack, he's actually 10 supply ahead of 15 supply ahead of MaNa. He seems to be trying to get a few mutas, but not really enough to snipe HTs yet. I'm sorry about my coughs. Anyway, MaNa is moving, MaNa is attacking. He's got an observer, he's got 2, 3 HTs, but only 2 dragoons. I'm not sure whether this will be enough. The mutas did get in high numbers, so they're pretty much gonna be able to kill the entire army by themselves. Some nice storms. The third one really hurt the mutas. But yeah, he just didn't have nearly enough dragoons in my opinion. He had way too many zealots, which